Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy TT back here with another video. You guys already know what we're doing. You guys can read the title. We are ranking every NBA or the top 30 NBA point guards. I did not choose this list. So if you see someone up here and you're like, why is he up here over this guy? I don't know. It's not me. I found this and I saw it was kind of cool and I'm like, I want to talk. So we're going to talk about it. I want y'all to let me know what you guys agree with or disagree with down below. And make sure y'all give reasons, right? You can't just say, whoa, how could you say that? And then not back up your reason. Anyway, let's hop into this. Simmons, pretty simple. DNP. I made this category specifically because I saw him. We are doing this right here. And I almost want to put Brogdon down here in DNP because he didn't play enough. But when he did play, I would put him in a great starter. When he played, he wasn't Malcolm Brogdon. It was weird. So he wasn't bad. He was definitely, I have him a great starter for a reason. But I feel like we are used to seeing more out of him and he just wasn't given that. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he could have done better. K's going the same tier as Malcolm Brogdon. He was a great starter. I honestly would put him in the star tier if it wasn't for his beginning of the rookie year. It was very rough. Everyone who watched it knew it was very rough. And I think that's one of the main reasons he didn't actually take away rookie of the year was because of that start. But once he got going, it was really, really fun to watch. Campaign. Put him in bench. I mean, it makes sense. Coming off of last year, he really played great. And then he kind of tanked this year. He kind of tanked. But Campaign, I don't know. This is like his shooting has been very off. I don't know if last year was the fluke or this year's the fluke. I guess we'll see next year, right? But yeah, hopefully he gets back to that because he definitely adds a new aspect to the Suns. As far as if Chris Paul has a 6 turnover half like last game, you can depend on Campaign to level the tides a little bit. Kobe White, bench player, he was really just inconsistent, and I feel like some of it had to do with constant injuries and COVID, and then you got Lonzo going out, then Caruso going out, and then Levine going out. And it's like he really couldn't find his role on the team. He couldn't find his spot to where he could perfect what he had to do every game. Because pretty much every game, it was changing what he needed to do. So it was like he could never get comfortable. He could never really find his rhythm because he was always being asked to do something different than the last game. So it was Cole Anthony. Hey, I'm going to let you guys know off rip. One thing TT does not do. TT does not lie. I have not watched a ton of the Orlando Magic this season. Unless you're an Orlando Magic fan, I'm not sure why you would. But the games I did see of him, I would put him in a starter position. He's really nice. I really want to see him pick it up defensively. Offensively, he got it. He got the cockiness. He got the moxie, all this type of stuff that goes with being a great player, being the guy, right? He has that kind of swagger he carries with him, but that defense, man, it was Trae Young-esque at times, and it was not good. And he doesn't have the offensive power Trae Young does to balance it out. So yeah, but really good scorer, improved playmaker. From what I saw, he was kind of an improved playmaker. He kind of gets a little, what's that, tunnel vision? He kind of where he touches the ball 35 feet away, and you already know what he's going to do. He's trying to go get a bucket, and he's not passing it no matter what. And that kind of is detrimental at times. Sexton, I know he did play a little bit in the beginning of the season, but yeah, we'll put him down DNP. I'm not counting that on him. Put him distant star. I know that might sound normal, but there's generally people who think Chris Paul had a superstar season. I'm not there. I think in order to be a superstar, you got to play like a top 10 player, and he's not there. He's just not. He wasn't there this season. He was still very good. He still was a very big reason the Suns were so successful, but he just wasn't. That little fadeaway over the right shoulder is just cold every time he gets that switch. Cool to see him in the playoffs still doing the same thing. Dame. I'm putting Dame in star too. Putting Dame in star just because we know he's a superstar point guard. At least I think he's a superstar point guard. However, and I mean, you can't really even benefit the doubt because we don't know what he would have done without it. He might have had an MVP season or he might have had a really trash season. So I'm putting him in the star tier because he played like this, but we know he's really here. We know it's because of his injuries, so we're like, yeah. But he did play enough games, so I say we could rank him. He's not in the DNP category. DeJounte Murray, 100% in star. Wait, should I put these guys in order? Yeah, I'm going to do that too. We're going to put them in order in their rows. This is how I like this order right now. DeJounte this was a breakout year. His stats are just absurd. Like I'd almost put him over Chris Paul if he was a better shooter. That's like it's such a shot heavy league, and to be a guard who's not really a great shooter, it's really tough. But I mean, he does everything else: clamps up, rebounds, playmates. He still gets buckets. He's still averaging 19 a game, and he can't shoot. I mean, he can shoot, but not like that. Imagine when he gets that up to like 37% from three. That man gonna be different. But yeah, it's so cool watching him grow because he was one of the people that you see they got the talent, but you don't know if they can put it together. Devontae Graham was not good this year at all. It was kind of looking scary, the Lonzo Ball trade, until you realize Lonzo Ball's knees are cooked. So then that kind of makes it look a little bit better in hindsight. But Graham, he didn't have that great of a year. He did help carry them a lot when they came and turned around from that awful start. I think they were 4-15 or something. There was something crazy. The Pelicans started off really, really rough, but they came back, and he was one of the big parts of that. I remember his game winner from beyond half court was insane. But yeah, he's overall in the season, he wasn't that good. He just wasn't. But he did have his important moments, and the moments he showed up were important moments, so you gotta give him credit for that. But yeah, not enough to put him up as starter though. De'Aaron is like right on this border. Like I could put him here or here. I'm not sure. I'm putting him here for now, but I might change that. He had a okay season, right? And I'm saying okay because he was like bad to okay until they traded Halliburton, and then once they got Sabonis and like unlocked the offense, he just went crazy. And I remember I posted the stats. He was averaging like 29 over 7 games or something crazy on like crazy splits. He was hitting threes again. He looked like a completely different player. That's why I'm putting my great starter, because if that Sabonis trade never happened, he would have been here. If that Sabonis trade would have happened earlier, he would have been up here. So I was like, we're going to put him in the middle. He was really good. I hope that he can carry that type of momentum in the next season, because Kings could be scary. Hey, sprinkle in a couple good veterans. I don't know. Maybe a good coach, even though it looks like they're hiring Mike Brown. But D'Lo, put him as a starter. He was an interesting player this year. He had his ups, he had his downs. It's just interesting because I don't know. He's just, it's not like he regressed. I mean, he's only like 26 or something, 26, 27. It's just, he just seems so disinterested sometimes, especially on defense. This man's just oof. But then when you go beyond that, and it's like on offense, it's like if he doesn't have the ball in his hands and he's not scoring, he just doesn't really care. And I'm not saying that like for all the time. I'm just saying like generally speaking, that's what it looks like. If Ant is coming up the court with the ball, he'll literally walk up the sideline, and that's weird. I don't know. That's just weird. And I don't think it's like a beef thing. Like he's upset with Ant and J Mac and P-Bab, whatever. I don't think he's upset with them. I just genuinely think he does not care when he's not handling the rock, and I think that's a difficult thing to go through when you're trying to build a team. Fultz, won't put him in DMP. He played some games towards the end, but those weren't the best, so we're not gonna put those against him. But I hope next year I can put him on the tier list and he stays healthy. We're putting Freddie in the starts here. I'm sorry. Hear me out. My man's getting buckets. No, you know what? No, we're not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. I was going to be controversial. We're not going to do it. I got him at the top of this one. Getting buckets, getting dimes. If his efficiency, if he was just more efficient, I would have put him up there behind Dame. But he's just not. Here, I want to look up his exact splits. I don't want to talk off my head and be wrong. This year, he shot 40% from the field and 38% from three. Not bad considering the high volume of threes he takes and the difficulty of his threes, but it's just like, it's kind of rough. And he averaged a career high in turnovers and a career high in assists. But I mean, yeah, comes with it. Yeah, he talked about it himself, how he wants to be able to score more in more efficient ways. So I really look forward to seeing him do that in the future. He's still a really great player. I love how much he hustles, and he got that swagger too. I was talking about with Cole Anthony, where he thinks he's the guy on the court at all times. Even though he might not be, as long as he thinks he is, it's cool. And it's not like overly cocky, like Dylan Brooks type. Garland, I have to give the nod to. Starting point guard on this Cavs team. Come on. I think this is such a well-constructed team, because I remember laughing. I'm not going to sit here and lie and pretend I knew that the Cavs were going to be good. I remember they got the market in it, and then they already got Kevin Love. They already drafted Mobley. They got Jared Allen coming back. And I was like, what are they going to do? How are you going to run this? And they made it work. It was not the prettiest at times. In fact, a lot of times it wasn't. But they made it work. And a lot of that was because of Darius Garland. He was really, really improved. I feel like the team would have been so much better if they had Colin Sexton or if Rubio didn't get hurt. Because, like, they just needed an extra playmaker. They tried to make a Rondo. He's not made for that no more. He's just too old for that. But, yeah, I'm really happy to see how Darius did this year. And I think he's one of the biggest people to credit for the Cavs' success. Him, Mobley, and Jared Allen. Whoa. Jamal Harden there. Harden there. Okay, I'm cool Harden there. Harden, he wasn't a star this year. He wasn't. He was really good, though. I will give him that, but I think the inconsistency and like the high highs didn't outweigh the low lows. And I feel like that was the problem, was because like when Harden had a bad game, it wasn't just a bad game. It was like a 4 for 16 with 7 turnovers game. And I mean, not literally, but like it was that bad. And it was like, why is this man on the court right now? And then it was games where he was putting up 24 and 16 and 16 assists, and you're like, he might be the best point guard in the game, right? And so there's like those up and downs. I feel like you can't. I feel like similar to how who was it? Dame. How I was like he could be here at times, and he could have been here and here sometimes. So I'm like, I'm gonna bounce him in the middle. I don't think he had a better. Him and Cade's tough. I'm cool with these 6. Those 2 and these 2 over Harden this season. I'm cool with that. Maybe even Fox. That man Ja is a guaranteed superstar lock. Amazing season for the man this year. It was really, really cool to see him take this next step as like an athletic finishing point guard. Because we haven't had one of those in a minute, right? Since Russ started to decline. I mean, Russ was the real last one. Because John Wall fell off before Russ did. So it was kind of rough for a second. I know the record when he didn't play, but he was part of that culture. He helped create that, and that's not a thing if he doesn't contribute to that. But this is really interesting just to see how distinctive a difference there is between how he played last year and this year. Like, he carries himself with the same swagger, but it almost comes down to he's just more improved. Like, he has more made threes this series against the Warriors. He has the same amount of made threes as Steph and Clay combined, right? And that's as of right now, though. So, I mean, it is halftime of game, 3? It's game 3? So, who knows? That might change by the end of this game, but that's just absurd. So, to see him do that type of stuff is insane. His jump, even playmaking-wise, is just absurd to see compared to last year. He seemed like he didn't have a lot of court vision. Or not he didn't have a lot of court vision, but he had tunnel vision too. And he has it at times, but he's a lot better with giving it to the open man. Love it. DNP, we had a lot of very talented guys not really play this year. Drew Holiday. No, we're putting him a great starter. He had a really good year. Actually. Really important to the Bucks' success here. I just want to see, because I don't want to tell no lies. He shot 41% from 3 this year. 41% from 3. That's just crazy. Career high from 3. And that's with him still playing elite defense. Him and Wesley Matthews got Jason Tatum fighting for his life every game right now. They would not be able to have this type of success, especially against like a Celtics team with Jaylen Brown and Tatum, without him. And even in the regular season, he was just so good. Star is just a powerful word to me. I don't know. He averaged 7 assists. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, star. We're putting him in the star tier. Being an elite defensive player, and he averaging 41% from 3, and he got 7 assists, and he's not high on turnovers either. Kemba, bench player. Outside of that triple-double, which I'm not gonna lie, that was spectacular. I watched that whole game live. Kemba was just cooked this season, man. And it was sad to see. Like, it was just, he didn't have the burst anymore. It was like his knees are literally shot, and it's rough. I hope it's just like something temporary though. Like, I really would like to see him come back next year, rejuvenated, maybe go to the Clippers. Kemba Walker to the Clippers would make a ton of sense. He would be good at playing like a contender, and he'll have a nice little role to come in there and get some buckets. I'd like to see him there, but we're going to see. Kendrick Nunn, my man hurt his knee and just fell off the face of the earth. We're not even going to go in that direction. Kyle Lowry. I'm putting Kyle Lowry right here. Yep, that's what I'm putting him. I'm saying Cade had a better year than him. Harden had a better year than him. Yeah, I'm okay with this. He wasn't the greatest. He was good, though. That's one thing that I think people get confused with. When you say someone isn't great, they only think that you mean that like they're a bum or something. No, Kyle Lowry is a very good point guard. He probably will start on 20 teams in the NBA, maybe even 25. No, not 25. No, I'm lying. 20. I'm gonna stick with that. But it's just he looked different this year. I don't know. I feel like his age. I feel like that. A more power to him though for playing through this hamstring injury in this 76ers series, because I don't think he's 100%. I don't think he's not 100%. There ain't no way that man's 100%. But that takes some steel. It takes to go out there and do that. So I want to say there's more power to him for sure. LaMelo's an interesting person, because I feel like LaMelo will be so much higher in a new system, which he's going to get this year because they fired James Borrego. He's definitely above Cade, above De'Aaron. Freddie's where I got to draw the line. I don't know. I'll take him over Freddie. No. He had a really great year. I'm not sure it was star because he didn't have that consistency, but even then it's more so because the system he's in is more of a team offensive type of system. But I feel like next year he's going to look a lot better. And I feel like it's because he's going to be in a different system. If they pull out somebody like Mike D'Antoni, who will like run the offense through LaMelo, like he'll easily average like 25 and 8 and 8. He has the offensive power. He got to run the team through him. I love his flashiness though. That's why I always tune in. He's fun to watch. Very impactful. Defensively is the only reason I can't put him in the star tier. Hopefully we can see them in the playoffs next year though. I'm trying to see playoff LaMelo go crazy. Lonzo, great at the very end, a great starter. He did get hurt, but he was playing really good. He was helping them. That's why he was a major reason why they were rolling so much. They, as the Bulls, were rolling so much in the beginning of the season. He had the flow. and I feel like when he went down, but Lonzo himself, he was a great starter. Luka, I don't need any explanation. Oh wait, whoa. Yeah, whoa, Luka better than Ja. Okay, I don't think I need any explanation for this. Pretty simple. Luka's just that guy. I think he's the second best point guard in the league. Marcus Smart. I'm deciding between two tiers. I don't know which one though. Definitely either a great starter or a star. But I'm going great starter. But I want to put him great starter. But then it's like, yeah, the defensive player of the year. He's not even a star player. Because look at all the other D-boys. Rudy Gobert's a star. Draymond Green's a star. Kawhi Leonard's a star. It's like, but Marcus Smart isn't? I don't know. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to go here. Well, Marcus Smart. No. One more. No. I lied. Here. Right there. I was looking at the wrong person. I like Marcus Smart right there. Elite defender. I don't need to speak anything about his defense. The man won D-boy for a reason. Offensive inconsistencies can be troublesome. He tends to go hero mode a little too much. He tries to think he's that guy, which means sometimes he is, but sometimes he isn't. And then when he isn't, it looks ugly. It's like, why are you shooting a contested three when you have Tatum and Jaylen Brown on your team? The man leads the wins. You can't argue with that. You can't argue with facts. The man leads the wins. Yeah, I think it goes to his playmaking is extremely underrated. I think people think he's just a defender who jacks up threes. Like, no. The man's he's a legit point guard. He's a legit point guard. Yeah, I feel okay with where he's at. Tyrese Maxey, he's a great starter. But was Tyrese Maxey better than Marcus Smart this year? No. Is he better than Kyle Lowry this year? Oh, these are kind of steep to say. Hold on. I think that's good. On the season, he did end up averaging 18, 4, and 3. Is he better than healthy Lonzo, though? No. I'm good with that. Yep, I am good with that. He had a really good year. Really good sophomore season. He's really starting to get more comfortable. He's starting to get that jumper down. That 3-point jump was insane. What was it? 30% to 42.7%. Just crazy. He's shooting 4 of them a game, and he takes some crazy ones. And I'm like, I'm really excited to see him keep growing. I kind of almost wish they didn't trade for Harden, if I'm being honest with you. I almost feel like it would have been more beneficial to just leave that how it was and trade for more of an off-ball guard or a player who could do both. But I feel like Harden's not really an off-ball player, and I feel like, but I mean, they're trying to win now though, and you can't really. Are you depending on Tyrese Maxey in the playoff series? That's kind of rough. Mike Conley, I'm giving starter to. He's definitely better than D-Lo. He did end up shooting 41% from 3 this year, though. That's kind of. He averaged 14 this season with 13.7. And 13.7 is his lowest points per game since. 13.7 is his lowest since his 5th season, which was about 10 years ago. Regression, I'm using air quotes. Regression is mostly just because he's not in the offensive system like that, if that makes sense. It feels like a lot of just pace and space and shoot threes type of system. I mean, like, if you're shooting good, then, I mean, it works out. But then in the playoffs, when shots ain't falling, stuff's not fun no more. You feel me? I don't know. I feel like I could almost put him in great starter. I could see him going to either one. I'm putting him in starter. But if someone said I think he should be a great starter, I wouldn't argue that much. Defensively, he was so cooked this year, though. He was part of one of the major problems of the Utah's defense. Him and Donovan Mitchell, that was an atrocious defensive backcourt, man, atrocious. Monte Morris, I'm giving him starter. I'm putting him over Cole Anthony, averaging 13, 4, and 3, and he shot 39% from 3 this year, career high on attempts. He was really good to be he is a backup. He really is a bench player and waiting for Jamal Murray to come back. But he looked like a starter at times out there. Not all the time. He definitely had his moments where he didn't look that good. But overall, he really held it down. Like, if you were just a casual fan watching the Nuggets play, I don't think you would just assume he wasn't supposed to be a starter. I don't think you would do that. He looked like he fit in. He shot the ball really well. He was a smart decision maker. I do want to see him try to get more of a bag. Try to get a little bit more of a score. It doesn't have to be like a deep bag, like just a 1-2 combo that you can go to attack guys. It's just something just to add to the offensive game, make me give a little bit of a score. If he could get up to like 15 and 5 a game and on decent splits, quickly, we're going bench player, top of the bench players. And again, this is off of this season, not off of potential or anything like that. But he wasn't good this year. He wasn't, and I mean, I'm saying good as an overall. He had moments for sure. But overall in the season, he just wasn't good. He wasn't a positive player. I feel like they looked at him to be that guard at times, and he didn't have it. And I remember it was a very, very rough stretch he had in the middle of the season. I mean, he wasn't making anything. And then he's not a good defender as well. So then it's like, if you're not giving us offense and you're not giving us defense, why are you on the court? Then his minutes started getting limited, and then they started kind of throwing the towel, and then he started stepping up, and then him and RJ. Well, no, RJ was cooling off by then, but then he started stepping up, and that was really cool to see. I hope he can kind of go back to form that he was his rookie season, but more progressed. Like, don't play like your rookie season, obviously, but I feel like he took a step backwards this year. Or maybe it's a step forwards. He made mistakes, and he's going to grow from next year. Depends how you want to look at that. Reggie Jackson, I'm putting Reggie Jackson there as a starter. He had the moves. Hey, I'm putting him there solely because of what he did to the Lakers. This man single-handedly just demoralized the entire team. Like, I ain't never seen nothing like that before. Like a role player just killing the spirit of a team. That was crazy stuff. But on a serious note, he was nice. He was inconsistent, and that kind of hurt. But I mean, it was because look at the team they were putting out with no Kawhi, no PG. They were pretty much asking him to be the guy at times, and that was kind of rough. He's not made for that. And his swagger, like I keep saying swagger, but man, this is how he does this little hop step hezzy. He's not scared to just mess around with people. Terry Rozier. Oh, he's either in front of or behind Mike Conley. I'll say in front of for now. But I could no. I think we'll go behind. Better than yeah, right? Oh my. Oh, here we go. I think Terry Rozier's game speaks for itself. He's a great shooter. I think a lot of people think he's just that, but he's really a bucket getter. And if he could get his defense up, he could be scary. I love to see a team like the Lakers, the Clippers, the Nets try to get him. I feel like those will all be really good places. But Terry Rozier, he got it, right? I feel like he's just a great scorer. He reminds me of just like a blacktop hooper, like just a dude who just spent all day playing at the playground just taking dudes' money. Shay, I'm cool going in front of Dame. I'm gonna be controversial, but that shouldn't be controversial because how he played this season, y'all gotta remember that. Shay's just that dude. He's just waiting on the Thunder to stop trying to tank so he can go out there and do what he do. But man, like I said, demoralizing the Lakers. Man, I remember what it was a deep three. I felt it was like Avery Bradley, I think, or Kent Bazemore. But I'm talking about it's at the end of the game. I feel like I think the Lakers just had scored. They were up by 1 or 2, and then I'm talking about with like early shot clock just from the logo and just wets it, and it was just crazy because everyone was like penciling, oh, the Lakers they'll get an easy win here, maybe this will change momentum, and the Thunder were just like no. I don't think so. And yeah, it was because of Shea. Shea's just, if y'all watch my Toronto Raptors rebuild, which y'all should have by now, but if not, y'all should go ahead and go click on that. He really got it, and I feel like he could be the guy on the championship team one day. And I don't think that's a hot take. And they're trying so hard to get him out of OKC, and I don't know why. Next year, I hope OKC does try to win, though, because if they think 3 years in a row, it's kind of iffy. Especially then when he's in front of the bench players. It's pretty self-explanatory. He was a complete walking garbage can, like, I mean, awful. Like, not just bad, not just he does some things okay. Like, he was awful when he played for the Wizards. And then he came to Dallas and he did better. Definitely not starter though, but he had his moments where he was really that good. But he was too awful to put in the starter. I'm sorry, he was too awful for too long. Steph, I'm not even gonna say anything on this. If you know why, you know why. Give me trade number 3. Led the league in points and assists. Like, just hear me out. Defense is awful. He did choke in playoffs, but for the entire year, he was easily a third best point guard. Ja was hurt a lot, and I feel like, not that it makes you better that you're hurt, but it's a sense of he doesn't have as many opportunities to play bad. And Trae was different. Trae looked like a superstar. He did. I mean, he looked like he was the guy. Atlanta coming up short again this season. It was kind of rough. Well, not again this season, because last year they went to the conference finals, but they didn't seem locked in. Like, I feel like they need a culture shift. Kind of how, like, P-Bev to the Timberwolves did. I feel like they need their guy. But he's definitely a superstar when he makes sure him and that team can all mesh together. Halliburton, I'm putting him in great starter. And I'd even go as far as saying he was better than Brogdon, better than Maxey too. I mean, just a different type of guy. And what's crazy about it is that shooting stroke's so unorthodox, but he still gets it off so effortlessly. It only went up when he went to Indiana because his percentage went up. His usage rate went up, so he was getting the ball more, so he was getting more assists. He was getting, well, I don't know about more points because I know he had a rough stretch, but he was playmaking more. He had the ball in his hands more. He was making more decision making. He wasn't sharing the rock with De'Aaron Fox anymore, and that led to more growth. And he had a really good year. I'm not even looking at the stats. I don't care what stats say. I watched him quite a bit, and he had a really good year. Russ, okay, just off of how he played this year. Not saying this is anything about team fit. None of that. No, because I've seen all of the agendas on my timeline. Oh, Frank Vogel didn't use him right, or the team wasn't built for him to be successful. Sure, you argue all that. At the end of the day, he played like a bench player. The question is, which bench player? Russ was genuinely awful this season outside of, like, he just didn't look committed to what they were doing. He looked like he didn't care. It's basically been him against the team in a sense, because it feels like he just never meshed and it didn't fit in well, and that's why it translates to his play as him playing poorly, him breaking shots, him smoking layups and dunks, dribbling off of his leg. He wasn't mentally locked in because I don't think he really wanted to be in this type of system. I think he will bounce back next year. I think he'll end up being in this range next season for sure. But this over this season, he wasn't it. You know Russ is still in there. And then when Russ isn't trying, that's how you know Russ is just in the game anymore. Like, you know, he's physically in the game. Mentally, he's not there. And I feel like that had a lot to do with Frank Vogel. You know, Frank Vogel was the only thing keeping him off the bench, ironically. I think that was crazy. I think these guys, here, I'm going to just do these real quick because Schroeder, he had really good moments in Boston, though. Hold on. Yeah, I like this for him. Okay, back to Russ. I really think that was kind of crazy. Hopefully it looks better next year. Hopefully the Lakers trade him to a place that he wants to be, or the head coach that actually embraces him, and Russ embraces as well. So then they go back and forth, and Russ can have a better season, because how he played this year was very sad to watch. Schroeder, he had really good moments in Boston, not so many great moments in Houston. He was okay. Enough said. Who else has put up here? Derrick Rose. He got hurt. He didn't play most of the season. That's all. So y'all let me know down below what you guys agree with, disagree with, what you would change. And like I said, I have these guys ranked. It's not firm though. Okay, so it's not firm. So yeah, don't have an attack thinking that I might have overlooked something. I'm looking at this, but I'm not sure. Pretty sure this is what we're looking at right here. But y'all let me know what y'all agree with, what y'all disagree with, what y'all would change, why y'all would change it. And make sure you leave a like and a comment. Y'all already know I love the support, and I love y'all tuning in and going back and forth with y'all. So that, make sure you give me the video ideas or anything like that if you have anything like that. And y'all have a good rest of your day. It's your boy TT, and I'm out. Peace.